Iron farm. Okay, so this is my iron farm. It is amazing. It's the best thing you'll ever need. It's pretty simple to build, and it was heavily inspired by Nembomb. So this iron golem farm requires about 12 villagers or 3 villager cells, and each one requiring 3, or did I say 3 villager cells? I meant 4 villager cells. And as you can see, it doesn't require that much blocks to actually be built. It's pretty simple actually, and how it works. So this thing produces around about 135 iron in 10 minutes and 810 iron in 1 hour. So it's pretty good, and that's like the rates that you should expect. But it may vary. And this is just like the simple unloader and loader, and we simply just have a minecart going across and just picking up all the loot under the farms. And also, this iron golem farm only requires 1 villager, or 1 zombie, which is a lot better compared to a few other designs I've seen throughout just looking up iron farms on YouTube. And yeah, it doesn't require too much. So the first thing you want to do is build a 5x3 donut like this, and then you're going to want to build one below that like this. So that's how it should look. This stuff in my inventory is probably what you're gonna need. You're probably gonna need at least like maybe like 6 or 7 powered rails. And then after this, you're gonna place a redstone block there. They should be like 1 block spaced there and there. And then after that, you're going to want to place a sign above that redstone block and this one, and one above this one and this one. So basically above every redstone block, you want to place a sign 1 block above it. Then after that, you're going to want to break these 2 glass blocks, the ones that are on the longer side of this donut. And then you're going to want to place these powered rails on basically on the opposite ends of each other. So this one should be going this way, and that one should be going the opposite direction. And with these redstone blocks, you're going to want to break the glass above it, then place one on top of the redstone block, and then place one above it, not above, but like on the side of it, and then break it, and it should look like that. That's how it should leave it. And you want to do that on the other side too, just in opposite direction, like that. It should just look like that. Whoops. You're going to want to get an iron, I forgot what it's called, a weighted pressure plate. That's what it's called. And then place it on the ends of these 2 rails right here. And then after that, you're just going to want to fill in the 3 areas, or the 4 corners by 3 blocks, like that. And then you are going to want to get trapdoors, and then just place them all along those 4 corners like this. And then once you're done with that, you can just remove these glass blocks. And now just flip down all the trapdoors. Boom, boom. And then just get a water block, or not water block, a water bucket, and just place it all on the corners. And that's how it should look like. Now that you have this, you're going to need about 12 beds, 12 barrels, and probably maybe like half a stack of spruce trapdoors, and maybe like half a stack of white stained glass. So yeah. So when editing this clip, I realized I sound like super weird and tired, and it's because I was really tired. I just woke up. So yeah, that's why I kind of sound like super slow. Now back to the video. So now what you're going to do is build in the 3 corners, make a diagonal line like this, and just do that to all of the 4 corners. It will just help you out. So it should look like this, and then what you want to do is actually place the barrel right here, like that, and then against the glass block, and then you just want to do that, and do it on this side too. So that's what it should look like. And then you are going to want to do the same thing on this side, just like that, and the same thing like that. So these ones should be like adjacent to the glass block. And then if you want to check, just make sure that there are 11 blocks in between each other. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. And then check it with this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's how you know you're good. And just break the rest. And yeah. So you should have something like this. And now what we're going to do is just simply add the beds. So you can add the beds like this, so that all the heads are accessible from the barrels, as you can see. That is important. Then remove the temporary glass blocks that you used, or any block that you used to place down the beds. I like the beds to face one another. That isn't too important. You could have the beds facing like this. You can have them facing like this, but like this. You can have them facing like that if that is better for you. But you can't really have them in any other way. You don't want them to be facing like that, like this. You want the heads of the beds to be facing the barrels, or to be like adjacent to them. And now you're going to want to do this on all 4 sides. Let me do this. I don't like my beds facing, like, I like them facing each other for some reason. Yeah, like that. That's how I like them. Now you're going to want to do this to all 4 sides. There you go. So you should have something looking like this. That's how I like mine to look like. And then after that, you're going to want to place 2 blocks above and to do this little triangle shape. And make sure it's glass. That is important. And then after that, you can place a block, a temporary glass block, or any block, and just place down a few trapdoors. These corner ones do not matter. So it should look like this. Now you want to do this to all 4 corners. So now that you've done that, this is what it should look like. And now for the next step, we are going to be building the platforms. So what you want to do is basically, this is what you're going to need. You're probably going to need like 4 lava buckets, and you're going to need like 4 water buckets too, because you can just refill them. So yeah, you can do the same thing with the lava buckets, but it's a little harder. So what you're going to want to do is place a temporary block right there, and right there, and right there. And it should be 4 blocks away, like that. And then after that, you are going to want to do a 5 by 5 little square, like this. And then you're going to want to fill it in, like that. And then you're going to just get your glass, fill it in like that. Make a little square. And then just make it 2 blocks high. And now you want to do that for all 4 corners. So this is what it should look like after all that. And now the last thing that not the last thing, but the last one of the last things that you want to do is actually just place signs like this. So if you shift click on a sign, it will place another one in front of it, like that. Like that, and then you can place one in the middle, and then place a lava in the middle, just like that. And then after that, you can place the 4 waters in the corners. And it should make a funnel. You can test it out. If you don't mind dying, that's okay. You can test it out. And then now you're going to want to do this to all 4 corners. So now it should be looking like this, and we are almost done. All we have to do now is just place a big U around the entire thing. So you should start from an end. We're starting from the end right here. And then you're just gonna build a big old U. And the ends of these corners should be met up with like the middle of this little thing. So just make sure that you are doing that. So it should be like 2 blocks in every direction. like that. That's how you know. Alright, now after this, you are going to want to place a block right here, and then a redstone torch like that. That's what it should look like, and then a powered rail like that. So you are going to want this trail to be glass. Iron golems can possibly spawn on it. I don't know for sure. I think they can't if there's rails on top, but I wouldn't risk it, so I would just say use glass because I know they can't spawn on that. And then what you're going to want to do is just place a powered rail on the end, and then just have a bunch of rails, and then you can place a rail right here, place 2 powered rails. So also you don't have to use redstone blocks. You can use stone blocks like this, or you can place just a stone block and a redstone torch on top. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That will spawn an iron golem. You can just place a glass block like this. Oh, whoops, like that, if you want to. But I just use redstone blocks because it's not too hard to find redstone. But if you do not have a lot of redstone, you can just do that. So now just place a bunch of rails like this, and I would just, if you have like limited iron, I would just blow all your iron on this machine and you'll be fine. In like an hour you'll be chilling with iron. And now that we're coming up on the end, this is the block. So you're gonna want to place a rail right here, and then a redstone block, and then a normal rail, and then you're going to want to place a hopper. You're going to want to get a hopper, a comparator, and a redstone repeater, and then you're going to want to get a hopper, do this, so have it facing down like that, place a redstone powered rail, or a powered rail on top, get a chest. I forgot to get all these things. You want to get a chest, just place one on the bottom, and then just place a block right there, a comparator. Actually, I would just recommend using a glass block, comparator, and then a normal solid block right there, and then crap, how did I do this? Give me a second. All right, yeah, so you want to place a normal block right here, and then a redstone torch, and a block above that, and then a repeater, and then just shift click on this comparator, and it should place a block above that. Just remember to get a half slab. I don't have a half slab. Just get any half slab. That is not how you spell slab. Slab. There you go. Just get any half slab and just place it on top like that, and that will prevent iron golem spawning. Just place one above there just to be safe. And then after that, if you want to get a mine cart with a hopper, and let's say this hopper has a stack of something, it will go in there and it will stop and it will unload that stack of iron that is going to be coming out at some point. And yeah, so now we are done with the easiest part probably of this entire thing. Now what you are going to want to do is basically get the villagers, which I know is not an easy task, so I'm going to put up a little thumbnail picture of the villager breeder I used, and you probably, the easiest bet that you can do is just build it above this and then just have it use mine carts or something. That's what I did personally. And then yeah, so you want to get all the villagers into these little cells, and they're all going to sleep obviously because they're it's about to turn night. And then after that you want to get a slab, and then some powered rails or some normal rails, and a zombie. So a zombie, you don't have to waste a name tag on a zombie. You can just go around at night and get a helmet. If you just get any old helmet, like a iron helmet, you can just try to give it to one of the zombies, and eventually one of the zombies will wear it, and then that way you can move it around throughout the daylight, and all of that stuff. So what you quickly want to do, I forgot to add this, just place a slab above all this, just so that the zombie does not catch on fire, and make sure it's the bottom half slab, just like that. You see, this is the top, you want the bottom side, or else iron golems will spawn on here, they'll drop down and freaking KO your zombie, so you don't want that to happen. Now what you're gonna want to do is just do this. You want to pick up this. Actually, you can go a little higher. Just go like this. So you want to place a block above there. Doesn't really matter how high, but you want to make a little U. Break this block. And this is how I'm gonna get my zombie in here. There are a lot of ways to get zombies. You can just get them in minecarts. If you can like single one out, that is possible. My phone just went off. And just put a rail in here. And then somehow get a zombie in here. Oh, I totally forgot. They will die. Here, just block it like that. And they should be okay. Yeah, okay. And then, yeah, just do that. Also place one above this, just to make sure that they don't die. Yours will probably have a helmet if you're doing it the helmet way. That's what I would recommend, because then you can move it around. And then now you just get a minecart, push it in, he'll fall down. I did not plan for that. Break this block. And then now, whoops, there you go. Push him in that direction. Make him go into the water stream like that, and he should slowly start moving. And as you can see, iron golems are starting to spawn already. Now if they don't start spawning, it's probably because you just put in the villagers. And if you did just put them in the villagers, you want the villagers to have at least a day for them to sleep and for them to work, because those are qualifications before they can spawn an iron golem. So as you can see, each one is spawning an iron golem. Yeah, and once they get to this one, they should spawn one. Hopefully. Don't make me a liar. Okay, I'm a liar. This one should spawn one, I'm pretty sure. If they don't, then I'm a big old liar. There it is. And also, as you can see, here's a little delivery system. It just goes, picks up the things below the blocks. This one should die. No. Did it pick it up? No, it didn't. Anyways, but yeah, that's how you build it. So, and then you can just break all this stuff. You don't need this on it anymore. And that is how you build my iron golem farm. So yeah,